Hello, welcome to الكرامة News Service, and we start our top stories for today with the current affairs in Libya. Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri stressed the need for legitimate government and House of Representatives, as well as introducing support for the Arab Libyan armed forces by providing the necessary weapons to counter terrorism. Shukri, an Algerian Minister for Maghreb Affairs, Abdel Qadir Mishal, today tackled during their meeting the continuing coordination between the two countries on the situation in Libya. Shukri stressed the importance of continuing efforts exerted to support a peaceful settlement and fight terrorist groups in Libya. He also underlined the importance of what has been discussed with brothers in Algeria about the situation in Libya during his recent visit to Algeria. Earlier today, a meeting at level of foreign ministers including Egypt, Algeria and Italy was launched to discuss developments of the current situation in Libya. Countries neighboring Libya called Libyan political parties to support a political solution to the current crisis. Wrapping up their meeting in Jamina, the states called all Libyan parties to favor a political solutions and succeed in forming a national unity government. The neighboring countries also expressed their condemnation of terrorist acts of extremist Daesh group that recently took control of their city and its environs. Parliament member Saleh Hamma noted that 39 members of House of Representatives met with members who boycotted the Parliament sessions in Al-Sabah. Meanwhile, Hamma said the dialogue in Sukhayrat, Morocco will be followed by another round of talks in Germany in order to meet the 5 members of the UN Security Council in a bid to shed light on Libyan dialogue, current situation and dangers of illegal immigration. UN Libyan envoy Ibrahim Dabashi said the next Khairat document may not be favored by negotiators or political leaderboard from both sides. However, Dabashi noted that the document is certainly in the interest of all Libyans and only lifeline for Libya. The statement comes ahead of tomorrow's meeting, which will be attended by parties and last for 2 days in Sukhayrat, Morocco, to discuss means of reaching a political settlement led by the United Nations. Member of the independent team of Algerian dialogue, Atif Al-Hassia, said the political agreement to resolve the Libyan crisis was imminent, noting that an agreement in Berlin may be reached next Wednesday. Al-Hassia said the dialogue got a consensus on most of its clauses, adding that tomorrow's scheduled meeting in Sukhayrat, Morocco, will witness great progress. In the meantime, he said a group of independent members determined that the national unity government must be a government of technocrats. And still in Libya, the Arab Libyan armed forces celebrated graduation of a new batch of its member in the Arab Unity Camp Al-Gubba municipality in presence of Director of Training Management Al-Gabal Al-Akhdar's military region, Colonel Salim Rahil, and Colonel Saad Aqub, the commander of the Arab Unity Camp Anaim Marra district. Colonel Saad Aqub noted during his speech that the graduate members of armed forces are aware of tasks assigned to them because they have done well throughout their training period. In the meantime, Chief of Surgeons Osama Bakwizi called on the General Staff Presidency to provide military personnel in clothes, arms, and necessary supply to secure areas and join the flaming fronts in Al-Jabal Al-Akhdar city. The German Navy rescued over 1,000 refugees from the Mediterranean as part of European Union Task Force operation, which the Italian Coast Guard said saved some 3,480 migrants from 15 boats in the course of one day. The Coast Guard said in a statement today migrants were picked up from 6 rubber boats and 9 wooden vessels some 45 nautical miles from the Libyan coast. The Coast Guard added that the Italian Coast Guard, Border Police and Navy, the Irish Navy ship and the vessel Phoenix of the privately privately funded migrant offshore aid station MOAS also took part in the 15th rescue operations. The UN Refugee Agency said that during the first 5 months of the year, there were 46,000 sea arrivals in Italy, a 12% increase on the same period of last year. Maltese court refused to accept a civil suit filed by Tripoli government that supports terrorism in order to acquire the Libyan telecom and technology holding assets. Maltese press sources reported that the civil court judge Lawrence Mantouv ruled not to accept the case after the representative lawyer of the company's legitimate management said that Ray's case was irrelevant as Bantinov represents terrorist Fajr Libya-Dom militias. Moreover, the lawyer noted that the current administration was appointed by Parliament that enjoyed recognition of Maltese government and the international community. And now we transfer to Yemen. Saudi-led airstrikes killed at least 44 in a raid on the main headquarters of the Yemeni army held by allies of the Houthi rebels in central Sana'a today. More than 100 people, including civilians, were also wounded in attacks which destroyed nearby homes in Tahrir district in Sana'a. Residents had earlier said that 4 explosions shook the compound, where soldiers allied with the Houthi rebels that dominate Yemeni had gathered since last evening to get their paychecks. The escalation of the violence came despite progress toward convincing United Nations-backed peace talks this month in Geneva. The Yemeni government in Riyadh and the Houthis have agreed to attend the talks, which start on June 14. Saudi forces has been pounding the Houthi group since March 26 in a campaign aimed at restoring President Abdurrahman Mansour Hadi to power. The Iraqi troops today recaptured key parts of the northern refinery town of Biji. Moreover, Iraqi forces exchanged fire with terrorist Daesh militants in the Al-Hariri area near Fallujah, west of Baghdad, as part of an offensive to win back key areas near the capital. The operation cut the supply line to Daesh groups in Al-Anbar province and other cities, General Brigadier Saad Mai, spokesman for Joint Operation Command, said. Biji, some 250 kilometers from Baghdad, fell to the extremist Daesh group during its blitz across northern Iraq nearly a year ago, but parts of the town and nearby refinery has since been retaken by government forces. The town is strategically significant as it lies on the road to Daesh-held Mosul, Iraq's second largest city. And now about the elections in Turkey. A senior official from Turkey's ruling AK party said today initial parliamentary elections results suggesting the party may be forced to form a minority government and that an early election could be on the cards. With more than 80% of the ballots counted, the AKP was on 42.1% of the vote, according to the broadcaster CNN Turk, a result likely to leave short of an overall majority for the first time since its creation more than a decade ago. Earlier today, President Erdogan sought receive Erdogan crushing victory for his vision of a new Turkey at parliamentary elections. Erdogan hopes the AKP carry a resounding majority to change the constitution. However, opponents say his vision would lack necessary checks and balances from other branches of state. Meanwhile, Turkish officials said that the mood was tense at some polling stations, particularly in the mainly Kurdish southeast, after a bombing on Friday killed 2 people and wounded at least 200 at a rally of a pro-Kurdish People's Democratic Party, HDP. And now, from Ukraine, German Chancellor Angela Merkel said today any loosening of European Union sanctions against Russia over Ukraine lies to a large extent in Moscow's hands. Merkel said on easing sanctions was conditional on full implementation of an April ceasefire agreement agreed in the Belarus capital Minsk that largely halted fighting in eastern Ukraine between pro-Russian separatists and Ukrainian government forces. Moreover, Merkel said she expected, the G7 will send a unified signal to Russia. The EU has imposed both individual assessed visas and broader economic sanctions on Russia and Russian separatist leader of its Caesar and annexation of Crimea last year and destabilization of East Ukraine. My audience, that is the wrap-up of our top stories for today. For much more, you can check our website, www.watanalkarama.tv. Thanks for watching us. My greeting, Rانيا البليدي.